Shalom, Call, Halayim La, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles, great millstone, who rule and teach well over the hopeful elect, the house of David. Sincere shalom to the house of David, the hopeful elect, the 1/3 that's scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, that's tuning in and pushing this truth with all truth and sincerity. Now, this lesson is inspired by the elder Malcolm's video about how the southern kingdom of Israel, which the small hats, the Ish people, Amalek is pretending to be, right? From the southern kingdom, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, but they speak a form of Assyrian Hebrew. And as we know, the southern kingdom never spoke Assyrian Hebrew. The northern kingdom did, because they went into captivity with the Assyrians. That's why they have Assyrian Hebrew. It makes zero sense for the southern kingdom to speak Assyrian Hebrew when they was never, as a collective group, as a majority group, with the Assyrians. So that's just a major cut right there. All right. Now this is Isaiah 33:1, and as we know, the Ish people say that they're the children of the Lord, and yet they don't fit prophecy as the children of the Lord, because they'll say they're the children of the Lord, but they boast about not being destroyed, right? Not being conquered and trodden down. Yet the scriptures clearly tells us that the children of the Most High will be trodden down and conquered by their enemies. Isaiah 33:1, Woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled, and dealest treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to a deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. All right. Now we all know, well, not all of us, but you're gonna know now that Esau was getting back at Judah for the Dark Ages with that transatlantic slave trade. They don't tell you that part, right? They don't talk about uh, Jake ruling in Europe. And it's just in the scriptures about Esau attacking Judah for revenge. Let's get that. Ezekiel 25:12. Thus said the Lord Yahweh, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. And that's going into the slavery, the brutal slavery Esau did to Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. All right. Now let's get Deuteronomy 28, because you see the Israelites are supposed to be and are under the curses mentioned all throughout the scriptures, mainly Deuteronomy 28 chapter. And as we know, the small hats clearly are under no curses. They're getting free money. All right, they have so many laws. What is it called? The Noahide laws to protect them, and you know what I'm saying. They're not oppressed. They control the banks. You see what happened with Kanye. What was it? Chase Bank. The small hats that control Chase Bank told Kanye to move his money out of their bank, man. So that just shows you who's in power, right? And the Israelites. All right, we're just gonna read it. Deuteronomy 28:44. He shall lend to thee, and thou shalt not lend to him. He shall be the head, and thou shalt be the tail. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed, because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of Yahweh thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes when he commanded thee. All right. And as we know, all these curses did come upon the children of Israel, from the 15th verse all the way down to the 60, I think it's 68 verse, right? There's one more I'm gonna read from here before I bounce up out of it. Let's see. Let's make it faster. Deuteronomy 28:48. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which Yahweh shall send against thee, in hunger and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things. All right. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee. And as we know, the Israelites are still under these curses to this very day. Revelations 22 and I think it's verse 3. Yeah, verse 3. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of the Most High and the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him. So the curses will be fully taken off. All right, when Yahweh Shah returns, that means the Israelites are still under the curses. All right, so that's how you identify who is the children of Israel, and it even tells you that the curses is an identification. Let's get that. Deuteronomy 28:46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So that's just a major cut right there. All right, because the only people that fit the curses of the Bible to a T is so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The Ish people, the people that's in our land right now, fit prophecy as the Edomites, not as the Israelites, and that's why they're so hurt. Because you see, the ones, some of them may hear this and then they blow it off, right? They don't even try to listen, right? For whatever reason. And then the ones that do listen, they do see it, they get sliced to pieces. This is Baruch 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. And stiff-neck goes into being hard-headed. But in the land of their captivities, they shall remember themselves. So the children of Israel would forget who they are. That's a part of the curses. You see the small hats say they always knew that they were the children of Israel, which that's not in the scriptures that the children of Israel would know that. You see, they shot themselves in the foot. They had that elaborate plan that backfired. Jeremiah 17:4. And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage. All right. Now let's go back. This is Baruch 2:30. For I knew that they would not hear me, because it is a stiff-necked people. But in the land of their captivities they shall remember themselves. All right. So in Babylon the Great, because this is the only captivity where the Israelites would forget who they are. No point in history did the Israelites forget that they were the Israelites until came here to the Americas, and that's what this is going into. That's why it says in a land which thou knowest not, which is the Americas. And this is mentioned again, 2 Thessalonians chapter 2. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. So before the Lord returns, the Israelites would have to forget that they're Israelites. Again, the small hats um, always said they knew that they were the children of Israel. Let's go to Revelations 3 and 9. All right, the main one that's talking about Amalek and the rest of you Edomites. Revelations 3 and 9. Behold, I will make them the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Right? So the small hats, the lepers that are saying, oh yeah, we're the children of Israel, they're going into slavery. We're going to annihilate them. You see, they've been on top for the past couple centuries doing their evil and spreading their filthiness. but it's coming to an end right now. You see the economy, you see the small hats have propped up Babylon the Great and the rest of these things that come with Babylon the Great. So pretty much westernization, I should put it like that. They've been the ones propping up westernization, mainly here in Babylon the Great, and it's coming to an end. And then they're gonna come with that charagma, and it's gonna fail. They're not gonna win. We're gonna have that last laugh, and we're gonna slaughter these devils. They're going straight into slavery. Let's go to Wisdom of Solomon, 5th chapter. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2, verse 1. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5, verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. Right. Everything that Jake has done for these devils, man, is still doing to this day. Esau doesn't care, because Esau is always going to be beef between Esau and Jacob, because the Most High set it up that way. All right, like it says in let's get that. This is Genesis 3 and 15. And I'll put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed, and shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Right? So that's going into Jacob and Esau. Right? The seed of that woman is talking about the children of Israel, and the seed of that serpent is the Edomites. And that's how you get Cain, the mark of Cain being leprosy. All right? So on, so forth. Now let's get go to Ezekiel. Actually, let's go to Joel, the book of Joel. Let's go into end time prophecy. All right. Joel 3 and 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down to the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations in part of my land. So that this is connecting Esau to end times prophecy, because as we know, Esau took our heritage and our land. You see that there's no getting around the scriptures. You can come with your pseudoscience, you can come with your false doctrines, whatever. It's not going to work. It's not going to change reality. It's not going to change what's real. What's real is going to always prosper, because it can't be taken down. It can't be altered. It can't be changed. Now let's get Ezekiel 36 and verse 2. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh, because the enemies have said against you, aha, even the ancient high places are ours in possession. All right. And that's talking about Esau. Verse 5. Therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen, and against all of Idumea, and against all Idumea, which have appointed my land into their possession. All right, so the heathen and Esau, the Edomites, have the land of the children of Israel, as it is written. Now let's get Ezekiel 35 and 15. As thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahweh. So the Most High has a bone to pick with Esau, because Esau has taken identity, the inheritance, the land from the Israelites. All right, this connects to everything. Pretty much everything I read all connects together. Because Esau, the Edomites, which are the so-called white man, woman, and child, are the second most important nation when it comes to end time prophecy. Because they're going to be annihilated. They're not going to keep prospering like they are now. They're going to fall down to a very, very low estate, even a lower estate than the Israelites during slavery. They're going to have it way worse than that. Let's go to Ezekiel 37 and talks about the bones. So spiritual death. All right, the Israelites not knowing that they're the Israelites. Ezekiel 37 and Ezekiel 37 and 10. So I prophesied as he commanded me, and the breath came unto them, and they lived and stood up upon their feet, an exceeding great army. Right? And that's verse 11. Then he said unto me, Son of man, these bones are the whole house of Israel. Behold, they say, our bones are dried, and our hope is lost. We are cut off for our part. So let's get in Revelations 11, because this Ezekiel 37 goes into Revelations 11. This is all end times prophecy. So in the end times, when society is on its last legs, right, and his legs just crumble, right, that's when the Israelites would start remembering who they were, and it started in the late, I believe, 50s. I think it's the late 50s or the late 60s with Abba Bivens. Revelations. Actually, let me do my calculator real quick. Yeah, the late 60s, right? I think that's yeah, the late 60s. All right. This is Revelations 11 and give me a moment. Revelations 11 and 8. And their dead bodies shall lie in the street of the great city, which is spiritually called Sodom and Egypt, Babylon the Great, where also our Lord was crucified. This leper is Jesus Christ, man, Christianity. Verse 9. And they of the people and kindreds and tongues and nations shall see their dead bodies 3 days and a half, and shall not suffer their dead bodies to be put in graves. Right? So they're not gonna give a damn about the children of Israel. Right? This is connected to Deuteronomy 28 too, 68 verse. All right, and the 3.5 days is 1619 to 1959 when Abba Bivens, I mean 1969. All right, when Abba Bivens hopped on the scene. All right, and these devils don't fit these prophecies. They fit the prophecies of the Edomites. And society is going to keep collapsing more and more. It's going to be hyperinflation or a cyber attack. However, Esau wants, the Most High wants to orchestrate it, um, and society is going to be out the way. This is Ezekiel 34:21, because ye have thrust with side and with shoulder, and pushed all diseased with your horns, till you have scattered them abroad. All right, so the Israelites were scattered. All right, therefore will I save my flock, and they shall no more be a prey. I will judge between cattle and cattle, and I will set up one shepherd over them, and shall feed them, even my servant David. He shall feed them, and he shall be their shepherd. This is spoken about in Ezekiel 37 chapter again, and in Ezekiel 37 chapter. It says the northern kingdom and southern kingdom will come together at the exact same time to go back into the land and get spiritual power. Let's get that. The Ish people don't even know where the northern kingdom is, man. They're fucking scumbags. Let's get it. Ezekiel 37 and verse 16. Moreover, thou son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel his companions, and take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel and his companions, for all the house of Israel his companions, Salakia, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thy hand. So the Israelites would all come together before they go back to the land. So there's no prophecy being, I seen a video, man, of some fucking small hats coming off a plane. It's fucking pathetic. They're coming off the plane. I think they were from Russia. This was a long time ago. This was like 2019 or something. 2019, 2020. And they were coming off a plane. And she was like, oh, my forefathers, Jeremiah, they all saw this happening right now. It's so beautiful and all this bullshit, man. And they got another thing coming when the Most High starts putting them to death, and especially when the children of Israel, the real children of Israel, get that spiritual power. There's not going to be any more what's the word, confusion, because right now people, the majority of people are still confused on who the children of Israel are, right? Even when they hear the truth, they still go ahead and deny it. But when that spiritual power comes, all right, and the Elohim start coming down, there's not going to really be no confusion at that point. Now you may have, maybe have some Northern Kingdom tribes that are cut off from society, don't know what the hell's going on, and they see Jake pull up, they may think it's some demonic shit going on, but you know what I'm saying? But outside of some crazy stuff like that, man, they're gonna know that spiritual power is gonna be that seal of the deal for the majority, pretty much everybody, about who the children of the Most High are. This is Michael 4 and 10. Be in pain and labor to bring forth, O daughter of Zion, like a woman in travail. For now shalt thou go forth out of the city, even and thou shalt dwell in the field, and thou shalt go even to Babylon. There shalt thou be delivered. There Yahweh shall redeem thee from the hand of thine enemies. This is talking about Babylon the Great, man. Let's go to Zechariah 2 and 6. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. All right. And the land of the north is Babylon the Great, saith Yahweh. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heavens, saith Yahweh. Deliver thyself, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. All right. So let's get more into that land of the north. I think it's in Jeremiah 15, Jeremiah 16. Jeremiah 16 and verse 14. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that it shall no more be said, Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But Yahweh liveth that brought up the children of Israel from the land of the north. right? So I'm gonna just stop right there. So the children of Israel be in captivity in the land of the north, which we just read is daughter Babylon. So that proves, that comes together, that the Israelites will still be in captivity till the Lord returns. All right, the Lord is not going to return with the, pretty much this is what the Ish people and these bug out Christians and the rest of these heathens that just have a little understanding of the scriptures. They think that the Lord is going to return with the southern kingdom already in the land being wicked as hell, and the northern kingdom is just MIA. And the Lord's just going to return, and he's going to give out ice cream, fucking Tootsie Pops and shit, man. That bullshit. All right, and that's not happening. It's not in the scriptures, and people are gonna learn the hard way. They're gonna learn what is it? Death by pain. Let's get that. That's learning it the hard way, man. Uh, and this is mainly talking about our people. This is Second Esdras 9, and let's start at verse 11. And they that have loathed my law, while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. The same must know it after death by pain. Jake gotta learn the hard way, because Jake is hard headed. Jake is hard headed. This is Job 9. Romans 9. And actually no. Let's go to Lamentations. I think Lamentations 5. I think it's right there. Lamentations 5 and 2. Let's see. Yep, Lamentations 5 and 2. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, the Edomites, right? That's the only people mentioned in scriptures to have our inheritance, the Edomites. Our inheritance is turned to strangers, our houses to aliens. So there you go. All right, I'm ending this off right here. And Romans 9 and 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said to them, ye are not my people, all right? Jeremiah 17, right? There shall they be called the children of the living God, right? That spiritual power, right? The Elohim bringing down the truth, all right? The Ruach HaKodesh, man, the truth. And then that spiritual power is gonna be a major flex, so to speak, for these heathens when they see Jake with that spiritual power. They're gonna especially Esau, they're gonna be in a lot of fear. But you know, these women out here, they're just gonna flock to that power. All right, some of them may be in too much fear to do so, but you know how the game goes with that. All right, but that's it for this lesson. Lord's will was edifying. Shalom.